The following program is brought to you by Whiteman TV and Bruce Telecom.
Kincardine, Ontario, near the Sobeys parking lot for this year's 2015 Kincardine Grand Prix. The races are going to get started. We've got a different format this year. It's a drag race based on the best times. We've got 8 classes of races to get to. Let's get started. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Kincardine Grand Prix. We are going to have some exciting racing today. We've got the 120 class up first, the little kids class here. This is Braden Hutchison up first. And he's off! There he goes! Let's go for the next 120. Get up to the line. Remember today, folks, this is a radar run, so we're going by the best top speed per class. I need a pen, though. No. 16 miles per hour?
Yep, okay, right now.
Okay, who's this?
16.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't forget there's some wonderful door prizes to get today. Go to the trailer to get door prize tickets. Alicia will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 3 for $5. And there's some great door prizes today, all to support Autism Ontario.
That's perfect, bud. Remember, just push as far as you can, and you go to the last pylon. Okay, I love right past the other kids.
And there's our last racer going for the 120 class.
17 for Charlie Shepard.
And Charlie Shepard, that was the second racer. He got 17 miles per hour, the current leader in the 120. And that was Parker Bozeman that just went down right now. We'll get his numbers from the radar gun.
$14.
14, okay. You have to Rob make sure. I don't know why I don't have his last name there.
That's it. Braden's not getting lunch. 1 mile an hour, right?
Way too warm.
Okay, if we can get the youth classes up here, please. All the 120 kids get an award, so it's a non-competitive class. The youth class, of course, is competitive, so there's trophies for first through third.
So they only get one race for each place, just one race?
When they come back now, we'll just let them go.
Okay, next up here for the people watching, we have the youth class, class number 1. And as Rob said, this is competitive class. Trophies for first, second, and third. First up, we have Kendrick Shepard. I'll let Rob. And he's off! Kendrick's been to these races a few years in a row now. His experience is showing. He's really tearing down that track. So Kendrick scored a 31 miles per hour on that sled. That's a pretty good first run. Good starting baseline for this youth class. And our next racer is off. Kevin Archer. Evan Archer, I apologize. And he is tearing down that track too. We'll get his numbers from the radar gun in a minute here. That last sled just went. Evan Archer got a 32 miles per hour, 1 mile an hour faster than Kendrick.
And this is Ethan.
This is Ethan Nambeck that's just off the line right now. And before that, we had Justin Hutchison, who had 39 miles per hour. So he's the new leader right now. And Ethan, who just went a few seconds ago, set a new #1 run at 44 miles per hour. Wow, these guys aren't messing around. They're going fast. And Ben Hart, who just finished his run there, he's coming back around. He scored 44 miles an hour too, tied with Ethan for first place. And Nick Baker, who's just coming back around from finishing his run, set a new #1 at 45 miles per hour. So we have a new #1 and a tie for second place between Ben Hart and Ethan Nambeck.
Nate Baker.
Also 45 miles per hour.
45.
So the brothers are tied. That was Nate Baker that just went down the track. Nate also scored a 45 off the radar gun. So we have a tie for first now. The two brothers are getting competitive. Nick and Nate Baker are tied for first place at 45 miles per hour. Coming in #2, we have Ethan Nambeck and, let me check my sheet here, Ben Hart. They're both at 44 miles per hour. And then in third, currently right now, is Justin Hutchison at 39 miles per hour.
Yeah, those two guys won't be running because they're Okay, so if the 120s want to go for another trip down the track, come on up here. Justin, come here. Can we bring the 120s back up? We'll do another trip down the track.
the way it always works.
I'll take that. We got 39.
So it's not just one run the racers get to do, they get to do more than one here. So they get to set their best time of all the runs. And so right now we're bringing the 120s back up, the kids class. So currently in the lead in that class, we have Charlie at 17 miles per hour, then Braden Hutchison at 16, and Parker Boseman at 14 miles an hour. Close race.
Braden, tuck down when you go. Tuck down. Okay, Brian, you ready? 120s?
Here's Braden Hutchison of the 120 class going off the line first here.
Okay, Braden, go.
And he's off! Now he was only 1 mile an hour behind first place. Let's see if he can match that or beat it this time. So Braden on his last run there matched his first run. He's still at 16 miles an hour, one behind Charlie.
Yeah, that's Charlie Shepard going down.
And this is Charlie Shepard going down the track right now. Let's see if he can set higher than 17.
You just go when he says go.
Rob says go.
You gotta go when he says
Somebody. One of those guys.
yeah. You gotta follow the other signal, okay? There you go.
17 miles per hour.
So Charlie Shepard has matched his first run at 17 miles an hour.
There you go, hard as you can.
And the third one off the line here, Parker Boseman. He had 14 miles an hour his first run.
You only reached the mile per hour, right? You got it? That's the test one. I'd like to get one of those for their testing for their.
I just got it at Royal, like $130.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's well you can get it, unless you're spending a lot of money.
Yeah, no.
14 miles per hour.
14. Everybody's consistent.
Yep. We'll get the used classes back.
So no change in the 120 class. If one thing, they're all consistent. Charlie Shepard just did 17 miles an hour again. Braden Hutchison did 16 miles an hour. And Parker Boseman, same, 14 miles an hour. So we're going to have class one, the youth class, back up again here. All youth class sleds to the starting line, please.
I want to take a moment and thank our sponsors. On site here we have Shelbourne Fuels. They're our title sponsor this year. John Shane's walking around here, and he's got quite an assortment of fuel, performance fuel and lubricants on site. We also got Daryl from Penetangear. He's got the warm-up tent out in the main area. Drop in and grab a cup of hot cider from Daryl. And Lynn Hoy Enterprises sponsors some trophies. Royal Distributing provided some door prizes. And Allison Toy and her crew are the ones serving the food. So thanks very much to everybody for coming out.
This is the youth class, class number 1 here. And they're off, and I do believe that is Kendrick Shepard that's going right now. So last time Kendrick had 31 miles an hour. Your current leaders here are Nick and Nate Baker, tied at 45. Kendrick also very consistent, also scored a 31 mile an hour on that run. And that is Evan Archer that's going down right now. He had 32 miles an hour last time. And we have Justin Hutchison waiting at the line right now. So Evan Archer scored 30 miles an hour on that run. We'll take his highest, of course. His highest right now is 32 miles an hour. And we're seeing Justin Hutchison go down. Wow, he is motoring down there. So Justin Hutchison scored another 39, same as last time. Ethan Nambeck is on the line right now. He's off. Tearing down there. Ethan last time is in a tie for second place right now. 1 mile an hour behind Nick and Nate.
I thought I taught these kids better than that.
Ben Hart just went down. He's in tie for second place.
44.
And Ben is still in a tie for second place at 44 miles an hour. Tie with Ethan Nambeck for second place. Our current leader is going down the track right now, Nick Baker. He's tied with his brother Nate Baker. 1 mile faster than Ben and Ethan.
44. That was Nick. This is Nate going down now.
Everybody's running consistent.
Yeah.
Drag race to the winner.
So Nick scored 44 on that last run. His brother Nate's going down right now. Nick is still in first because we'll take his fastest. He is 45 miles per hour, current leader.
44. Okay, one more time, guys.
So Nate also scored a 44. So here's how the standings work out right now. It's a very close race. Nick and Nate, the brothers, are at 45 miles per hour, their fastest runs. And then below them, we have Ben Hart at 44 miles per hour, tied with Ethan Nambeck, also at 44 miles an hour. And then Justin Hutchison at 39 miles an hour. And after that, we have Evan Archer at 32, and Kendrick Shepard rounds out class number 1, the youth class, so far at 31 miles an hour.
Yep, 120. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have the 120s back up again here for another run.
And Justin Noakes, if you can do the honors of going down and guiding them around again, please, wherever you're at. He doesn't want to. I guess these guys know where to go anyways.
So these are the 120s, the really young guys here.
Braden Hutchison.
Braden Hutchison on the line first. Braden is currently tied for second place. Well, not tied, I should say. Braden is in second place right now, but only 1 mile behind the leader, Charlie Shepard. And Braden's off. There he goes. So again, Braden only needs 1 mile faster. Braden's current top is 16, and Charlie's at 17. And Parker Bozeman is only at 14 miles an hour. This is a very close class here.
Charlie Shepard.
So Braden Hutchison got 16 miles an hour that time. So he is consistent, 16 every single time over 3 runs. Charlie Shepard is going down right now, the current leader with 17. Charlie Shepard scores another 17 miles an hour on that run. Keeps him in first place. And our last for the 120 class here, Parker Bozeman is on the line right now.
Okay, fast as you can.
So wait to see Parker Bozeman's score. He's currently in last place, but that's no big deal because all these 120 class, they all get an award. They all came out. They all participated.
Get all the youth class up again.
And then we're going to have class number 1, the youth class. If all you guys could get back up to the line, class 1, the youth class.
1-3. This will be the third time around for the youth class, right? Yep.
You had that second year, right?
That was last year. Yeah, we had there last year.
So we're going to have the youth class back up, class number 1 here. If there's anything you can say, these guys are really consistent. So in first place, we have the brothers Baker, Nick and Nate Baker. They have the best speed so far at 45 miles an hour. But not very far behind is Ben Hart and Ethan Nambeck at 44 miles an hour. And then after that, we have Justin Hutchison at 39, Evan Archer at 32, and Kendrick Shepard at 31. This will all be their third run here. We'll see if they can do any better. But again, it's another close class. So Kendrick Shepard on the line right now, and he's off! Kendrick needs to make up some ground here, currently sitting in last place in the class at 31 miles an hour. And he's going fast, too. But the radar gun will tell us what speed he got. Well, that was Evan Archer that just went off the line. He is currently in, let's see here. His best run so far is 32 miles an hour. We will see if he can do better. 30. So Evan on that run scored a 30 mile an hour, and he'll still keep his top run to 32 miles an hour. Justin Hutchison was the rider that just went down a moment ago. He got 37 miles an hour on that run. He'll stay with his highest at 39. He's currently in third place. 44. And Ethan went just behind him, and he scored another 44 mile an hour to keep in second place. Nick Baker just went down and scored 45 miles an hour, so he's staying in the lead. That's the top speed.
Ben Hart got 45. Nick's going now.
Oh, I apologize. Nick Baker is going down right now. I apologize. I made a mistake here. Thanks for correcting me, Rob. That was Ben Hart who got 45 miles an hour.
42 for Nick.
And who's that?
That's Nate Baker.
So Nate Baker is going down right now. Now we have an interesting situation here. Ben Hart just got a 45 miles an hour. That is the top speed in class number 1, so we have a three-way tie for first place.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll give the 120s their awards.
So we're going to take a quick break right now from racing. We're going to give the 120s their awards. So the way Class 1 is shaping up right now, we have Nick Baker, Nate Baker, and Ben Hart, all with 45 miles an hour, all in first place. After that, we have Ethan Nambeck. He's in second, but only by 1 mile an hour at 44. And then after that, we have Justin Hutchison. He has 39 miles an hour. And after that is Evan Archer at 32 and Kendrick Shepard at 31. So it's a pretty close Class 1, a three-way tie for first place. But if the 120 classes could come up, we're going to give them their awards. Okay. On run number 3, Nick and Nate Baker both got 42. But their fastest is still 45. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, so we've got class number 2 going now. That was Pat Boucher, just got off the line there. Pat, no stranger to these races, that's for sure. And Pat Boucher got a 36 on the mark there. 36 miles an hour to start us off, set a baseline for this class. And that was Steve Shepard that just went off the line. Steve Shepard got a 38, the new number 1.
This is Gordon Archer.
Gordon Archer going down the line right now from Mono, Ontario. Sleds from all over Ontario coming to this race today. And Gordon Archer has set your new baseline at 42 miles an hour. And Dan Weber from Flesherton. Dan, no stranger to being to these Kincardine Grand Prix before too. Racing a 73 Polaris Colt going down. Dan's going to beat Gord. Gord scored 42 miles an hour in that last run. Set the new high for class number 2. Eric Hallrock up to the line right now in a 68 Olympic. And he's off. Now, just to recap, your leader right now is Gord Archer at 42 miles an hour. Steve Shepard is 38 miles an hour in second. And then after that, we have Pat Boucher at 36, Dan Weber at 35, and Darcy Bright at 34 miles an hour. But we'll see what Eric can put down here on his 68 Olympic.
Sorry, I missed that.
So is he racing too? Because
Yeah.
he just showed me 203, so
Yeah.
that's this one here. So
This is 203, yeah. He already went down once with this one.
yeah, I noticed the Eric's got 2 sleds too. Steve Shepard's racing right down now. He has 2 sleds in this race, a 74 Arctic Cat Lynx, and a 71 Arctic Cat Lynx. He's on the 71 right now. The 74, he put down 38 miles an hour. Let's see if the sled that's 3 years older can do
I
better.
think they're opposite, actually. But anyway. What was that one, Brian? Brian, what was that one? Was it not working or what? 30. Okay, we got. These guys are in the
Okay, Tim and Eric. We're just waiting on.
Okay, I think we need Eric Hallrock up here on a 74 Lynx.
Let's get a run over and make sure.
Alicia, I'm sending Tim and Aaron Gillespie back into you. They need to be put in class number 3, I believe. They were in class number 2, but they need to go in class number 3. Pardon? Yes, he does. Okay, we got Tim Gillespie, Eric Hallrock on the 74 Lynx.
And while we're waiting for Eric to go down for his last run in the 74 Lynx, that'll be it for run number 1 for class 2. So we want class number 3 sleds. Please get ready and come to the starting line. Class number 3 sleds.
36. So Tim Gillespie and Aaron Gillespie will run on this one. Okay, class number 3 will be the vintage super stock. So anybody that's in that class, we've got John Bogey, Steve Shepard, Greg Ament, and Tyler Robinson. And we got Tim Gillespie and the other Gillespie, Aaron Gillespie.
So just to quickly recap run number 1 and class number 2, the current leader there is Gord Archer at 72. Gord Archer's riding a 72 ski row. His first run was 42 miles an hour. And after that, in second place, we have Steve Shepard at 38. And then in third place is a tie right now for Pat Boucher and Eric Hallrock. Eric on his 74 Lynx tied at 36 miles an hour to Pat Boucher in his route.
John Bogey.
Which one? So at the line now in class number 3, we have John Bogey to the line. Just confirming which sled. John does have 2 sleds in this. So John's going right now on his 1975 Merc 340. Wow, he's tearing down that track. And next to the line we have Greg Ament. We'll just get in the time for John here. So John Bogey on his 1975 Merc 340 sets a baseline of 63 miles an hour. So Greg got 50 miles an hour. Your current leader is John Bogey at 63 miles an hour. That was Steve Shepard that just went down the line right now.
46 on that one.
Steve Shepard got 46 miles an hour, and we have Tyler Robinson going down the course right now from Allenford. 76 Ski-Doo. So Tim Gillespie's off the line right now. Tyler Robertson set in at 53 miles an hour. Your current leader is still John Bogey on his 1975 Merc 340 at 63 miles an hour.
Class number 2 come back up for their second round.
7 miles per hour.
30. These guys are running the same sled. Tim and Eric.
All right, can we get class number 2 sleds? Class number 2 sleds, come back up for your second runs, please.
Yeah.
I'll just run the Olympic and then Darcy will run the Lynx, and then I won't worry about swapping sleds.
You sure?
Oh yeah, that'll be easier that way. It's
Okay.
fun. All right, no less stress for both of us.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, that was fun. I did my run on the.
Yeah.
Maybe after, once
Yeah, you
once
can
we're
run.
done, Darcy
Yeah.
could do one on the Olympic.
Sure, that's
but,
fine. Yeah.
Just for less confusion, I'll
Yeah.
be on the Olympic.
Yeah, okay.
What did I get on the Olympic?
25.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's a super Olympic. That's a lot. Run's good for 68.
Yeah.
So he's not going to bother.
So Aaron's going to do his run here.
So we have one last racer in class number 3 to go, and that will round out their first runs. This is Aaron Gillespie off the line, driving the same sled as his brother, Tim Gillespie.
Yeah, John's got one to go on class 3 out here too.
All right, thank you. And John Bogey also has one sled to go too, the 1976 Merc 440 this time. 3.5, yep. So Aaron, a little slower than his brother at 35 miles per hour. Tim got 37 on the same sled. We see John Bogey going down right now in his Merc 440.
53.
And now we have class 2 sleds on the line right now. Off the line there is Pat Boucher and his rep. Last time Pat got 36 miles an hour. Let's see if he can do any better. The current leader in this class is Gord Archer at 42 miles an hour.
33 for Pat.
So So Pat got 33 on that run. He goes with his highest at 36. Going right now is your current leader, Gord Archer. 42 miles an hour last time. Let's see if he can do any better.
42.
This is Dan. So Gord Archer, consistent if anything. He got another 42 miles an hour on the track right now. We have Dan Weber.
Yeah, Dan Weaver's going now.
Oh, this is Dan Weber right here.
33 for Dan. Yep.
And this is
Darcy Bright.
So Dan got 33 miles an hour. We'll keep his best. He had 35 in his first run. Darcy Bright going right now from Petroleum on the 74 links. He had 34 miles an hour on his first run. Your current leader still is Gord Archer at 42 miles an hour.
34. Got it?
So Darcy got another 34 mile an hour on that. And going down right now is the oldest sled in the class, the 68 Olympic. It's Eric
Howruck.
Howruck.
Just waiting on Steve Shepard. Having troubles.
Yeah.
24.
Eric said he wasn't going to bother doing this, right?
Waiting on Steve Shepard.
Cider bits at the bottom. That's good cider though.
Nice to have up there.
Yeah, I'll drop that. Don't forget, people, we still have some door prizes available. Tickets are 3 for $5, and you can purchase them in the trailer from Alicia.
Or from Lady Taylor at the gate.
Or from the gate as well. It's for a good cause. It's for Autism Ontario. So it's 3 tickets for $5. We're just waiting on Steve to see if he can get his sleds going here.
Got one going now.
So here goes Steve Shepard on a 74 Arctic Cat Lynx. 38 miles an hour the first run.
32. These are switched around.
I apologize. We got these switched around on the sheet here. 32 miles an hour on this sled in the first run. We'll see what we can do on the second run here. He's nothing if not consistent on that sled. He scored another 32 miles an hour.
Okay, let's get class.
Class number 3, come back up, please, for your second runs. Class number 3 sends 3 sleds to the line, please. So in class number 2, your leader is still Gord Archer, 42 miles an hour. And then after that, we have Steve Shepard in the sled that wouldn't start in second place of this first run, still at 38 miles an hour.
He only has to do one run.
Yeah, that's right. Rob's just saying, hey, he only has to do one run. One run counts. If the sled won't start, it's still in second place. So class 3 is going to come up to the line here. And in third place in class number 2, let me just look down the sheet here and make sure. I believe it's Eric and Pat Boucher tied for third place at 36 miles an hour. John Bogey's up to the line right now. And there goes John off the line in his 1975 Merc 340. Now that sled currently holds first place at 63 miles an hour. Yeah, and that was Greg Ament off the line just right now. John scored a 58 miles an hour on that race, but he will keep his best run at 63 miles an hour. And Tyler Robertson on the line right now, too.
48.
Greg just scored a 48 mile an hour run on that last run. Tyler's off the line right now. Let's see if he can do any better. He was currently tied for second place in this class at 53 miles an hour with John's other sled. So Tyler did 50 miles an hour on that run. We have Tim Gillespie up to the line right now. Tim last time scored a 37 mile an hour on his first run. Let's see if he can do any better. And off the line right there was Steve Shepard. Now, Tim on his last run there scored a 36 mile an hour, one lower than his best run, the first run, at 37. Steve's going down the line right now, Steve Shepard. He had 46 miles an hour in the first run, and in the second run...
Sorry, I missed that. What was it again? 45.
He got 45 miles an hour, 1 mile an hour slower than the first run. John's coming around again with his second sled. Now here's the funny part. John's first sled is in first place. His second sled is in second place. But the second sled is also tied with Tyler Robertson. There goes John. He's off. This is a 1976 Merc 440. We'll see if he can do any better. It would be interesting if he beat his own sled. .52 miles an hour with that second run on John Bogey's second sled. Still keeps him in second place. He had 53 miles an hour in the first run.
Class number 2 back up. Third run.
And this is the class number 2. We want class number 2 sleds back up to the line. This is the last run for run number 2 for class number 3. Aaron Gillespie going down the line right now. So all class number 2 sleds, please get ready to come to the starting line.
35.
So Aaron Gillespie got 35 miles an hour on his second run. Again, all class number 2 sleds. Please get ready, come to the line. Here's how it breaks down in class number 3 right now. John Bogey, with his 1975 Merc 340, is in first place at 63 miles an hour. And then John Bogey is in second place with his 1976 sled at 53 miles an hour. But he's also tied with Tyler Robertson for second place at 53 miles per hour. And then in third place, we have Steve Shepard. Class number slew sleds off the line right now. That was Darcy Bright that just went down the line.
33.
Got a 33 mile an hour on that run. His best so far is 34 though. Just look. And that was Pat Boucher that just went off the line there, and his rep. He has 36 miles an hour to his best.
34.
34 miles an hour on that run for him. And here goes Eric Helleruck off the line. His best is 25 miles an hour on that Olympic. Oh.
24.
And that's Gord Archer off the line right now. Gord Archer, your current leader in class number 2. It's on a different sled this time, too.
43. 43.
This is Dan. So Gordon Archer on that new sled set a new record for class number 2. 43 miles an hour is your new leader. Dan Weber from Flesherton going down the line right now. Dan's best is 35 miles an hour.
35.
And Dan scored another 35 miles an hour on that run. So here's how Class 2 breaks down. We're just waiting for Steve to try and get one of his sleds going to come up and run. Gord Archer right now in Class number 2 is in the lead with 43 miles an hour. Then after that, Steve Shepard has 38 miles an hour on the 74 Arctic Cat Lynx. And after him would be, I believe it's Pat Boucher and Eric Hallereck are tied at 36 miles an hour. Steve Shepard on the line right now. And he's off.
Yeah, they just switched around. Right. Yeah, this was 71, that's the 74.
I know. This is his last one. This is only last one.
31. Okay, bring class number 3 up to the last run. Last run of 3.
Okay, we want class number 3 sleds up to the line right now. This will be their last run in class number 3.
Yeah, but we'll do that again.
Yeah, because Dan will just go like that.
Anybody that bought more than 3 runs, we'll come back to that. We're just going through and doing the first 3 runs of each class now, and then we'll come back for the extras. Tim Gillespie.
Tim Gillespie's on the line right now. Tim's best so far is 37 miles an hour. And there he goes. He's looking like he's really trying to get going here. John Bogey, your current leader, is going off right now. I don't know if that's the sled that's the leader sled or not, but John Bogey's on the line. And that was Greg Ament that just went off the line right there. Greg in his 78 Polaris. Greg's best is 50 miles an hour.
47.
And your sled that's in second place, tied with John for second place, Tyler Robinson just went down. And Tyler got 54 miles an hour. That will move him into second place. The ironic part is John Bogey has first and third. Here's Steve Shepard up to the line right now. And Steve's off. He's in a 72 Arctic Cat Puma. Steve's best on this sled is 46 miles an hour in class number 3. And here goes Aaron Gillespie off the line.
John Bogey a bit.
Yeah.
So that's it for class 2 and 3 for the first 3. Right? So then we'll take a break. I'll do some grooming. Come back.
33 miles per hour.
I was going to say, I think it's a least one too.
Yeah. I won't be able to, but yeah, that's all right.
Well, did you want me to get you something to bring it out?
Oh, no, it's okay.
So we're just waiting on the last sled for class number 3 here. That'll be John Bogey and his 1976 Merc. Now this Merc 440 did have second place up till a few minutes ago when Tyler Robertson ran a faster one. We'll see if John can do faster here. Again, John's best on this sled is 53 miles an hour. He needs to do 54 or better to make it back into second.
53.
And he scored 53 miles an hour on that run.
Okay, we'll take a break. I'll do a grooming. Let everybody know.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a break. That's the first 3 runs down for Class 2 and 3. Rob's going to do some grooming of the track, make sure it's safe for everybody, so we're going to take a break while he does that. Class number 3 right now, your leaders, the way they work out is John Bogey at his 1975 Merc 340 at 63 miles an hour. And then after that would be Tyler Robertson at 54 miles an hour. And then John Bogey again for third place at 53 miles an hour. Wrapping up the class then would be Steve Shepard at 46 miles an hour. Oh, wait, I apologize. Greg Immense before him at 50 miles an hour for fourth. Then Steve Shepard for 46 miles an hour. And then we have Tim Gillespie at 37 miles an hour and Aaron at 35 miles an hour, Aaron Gillespie. So that wraps up class number 3. Rob's going to do some grooming of the track. Everybody take some break, get some hot chocolate. We have wonderful food available on the trailer here. There's also some cider available from Penetanguer. The cider is by donation, so feel free to go over and visit Daryl and get some cider. Go into the trailer, get some food, and just get ready for the next classes. So we'll be back in a bit. Thanks for joining us here on Bruce Telecom and Whiteman TV for the Kincardine Grand Prix 2015. If you want any more information, you can always go to the Kincardine Grand Prix website and contact Rob Noakes. I'm sure he'd be happy to give you all the information about 2016's races. And be sure to come out and check the website around January next year for when the races are going to happen. The preceding program was brought to you by Whiteman TV and Bruce Telecom.